this is Palak Vadadia from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss the subject that is network theory, and in network theory we will discuss the topic that is Y parameter example. In earlier session we have discussed about the Y parameter, that is how we can find out the Y parameter, what is the condition for the reciprocal network as well as what is the condition for the symmetrical network. Now using all this concept we will just discuss the example and then we will discuss the interrelation between the Z parameter and Y parameter. So let's start our today's session. See here one example is given to us, that is for the network shown in figure, determine the Y parameter, and one network is given to us, that is here V1 and I1 as well as some dependent source. See, this source is known as a current dependent current source because the value of that current source is depend upon the current I1. So as we change the value of I1, that value of current source will be changed. So if you remember in a Z parameter, so what we will do? We will just write down the loop equation because the equations are what? Z parameter equation, that is V1 that equal to something and V2 that equal to something. But in case of Y parameter, my equations are what? That is I1 that equal to Y11 into V1 plus Y12 into V2. And the value of I2 that equal to what? That is Y21 into V1 plus Y22 into V2. So here what I have to do? I have to write down the equation of I1 and I2. So instead of KVL, here I want the equation that is in terms of current. So here I am using the KCL, not the KVL. So here, see the voltage is what here? I can consider voltage is what is a V1. And here these two are connected in a parallel. So here also voltage is what is a V2. Right, this voltage is also what? It's a V2. Because here V2, this source and this 2 ohm, that is all are connected in a parallel. So in a parallel the voltage drop will remain same. Now what I'll do, I'll just write down the equation for this I1. See here, input current I1 that equal to what? This current is divided in a two branch, that is one is this and another is this. So the value of current that will become here V1 minus 0 divided by 1 plus V1 minus V2 divided by 2. Just recall our node analysis. Then the value of I1, that is what? It's a V1 plus V1 by 2 minus V2 by 2. So the value of I1 that will become, it's a 3V1 by 2 minus V1 by 2. This will become my equation number 1. Now similarly, I have to write down the equation for the node V2 here. So first of all, I'll just specify the current direction, that is this current I2. Okay, that is divided among these two branch here, this and this. Okay, so three different branch. So my equation will become here I2 that equal to, see this current, that is what is a 3I1. Directly current is given to us, so no need to write down the voltage divided by resistance. Then plus here, this is what is a V2 by 2, and here what we have, it's a V2 minus V1 by 1, because see my voltage is what, here my voltage is V1 and here my voltage is what, it's a V2. So what I have to do, I have to just take the potential difference divided by resistance. Now solve this. So I2 that equal to 3I1 plus, this is what, V2 by 2, V2 by 2. This will become V2 minus V1 by 2. But here I want the equation of I2, that is in terms of V1 and V2. I don't want the term that is I1. So what I do? See here, in our this, we got the value of I1. Just substitute this value. That is 3V1 by 2 minus V1 by 2 here. So what I get? 3V1 by 2 minus V2 by 2 plus V2 minus V1 by 2. So what I get here? 9V1 by 2 and here V1 by 2. So this will become 8V1 by 2. So answer is what? It's a 4V1. And here it's a minus 3V2 by 2 plus V2. So if you take the LCM, so it will what happen? Minus 3V2 plus 2V2. So it's what? It's a minus V2 by 2. This will become my equation number 2. So now here, this is what? This was my equation 1. This was my equation number 2. Now, my standard equation of the y parameter is what? It's I1 that equal to y11 into V1 plus y12 into V2. I2 that equal to y21 into V1 plus y22 into V2. This is equation 3 and equation 4. Now you just compare this equation number 1 and 2. Compare equation 1 and 3. So the value of y11, this will become 3 by 2 and the unit of admittance, that is what? It's a mole. And y12 that equal to minus 1 by 2 mole. Now similarly you just compare equation number 2 with equation number 4. So the value of y21 that you will get, that is 4 mole. And the value of y22 that equal to minus 1/2 mole. Now you just write down the y parameter in the form of matrix. How we can write down? So y11, here y12, here y21, here y22, similar to z parameter. So the value of y11 is 3 by 2 minus 1/2, then 4 and then minus 1/2, and the unit is what? It's a mole. So this is the value of y parameter for the given circuit diagram. Now next we will discuss the z parameter in terms of y parameter. So what I'll do? I'll just write down the equation of the z parameter, that is V1 that equal to Z11 into I1 plus Z12 into I2. This is my equation 1. V2 that equal to Z21 into I1 plus Z22 into I2. This will become my equation 2. See here, first Z parameter is written. So we have to write down the equation of Z parameter. Now next y is written. So just write down the equation of the y parameter. Y11 into V1 plus Y12 into V2. This is 3. Then I2 that equal to Y21 into V1 plus Y22 into V2. This is 4. See here what we want to do actually. Just I want to write down the Z parameter, that is Z11 that equal to something, but that is in terms of Y. Maybe Y11 upon Y12, Y11 upon delta Y, anything. So you just remember Z and Y is a reciprocal parameter. So whenever you want to find out the relation between the reciprocal network, we will use the matrix method. So how? See here, this two last equation you have to write down in the form of matrix, that is I1, I2. Then here what we have? Y11, Y12, Y21, Y22. And here V1 and V2. See, whatever the written at the last, that you have to write down in the form of matrix. Now next, see what we will do? We will find out the value of V1. So V1, this is known as a delta Y. So V1, that means a first column I have to replace by I1 and I2. Then here Y12, Y22 upon delta Y. So this will become I1 into y22 minus I2 into y12 upon delta y. So the value of V1, this will become I1, that is y22 upon delta y, minus I2, this is y12 upon delta y. Because we want to find out the relation between z and y, and the equation of the z, that is what? That is in terms of V1. That's why I have find out the value of V1. And the second equation, that is in terms of V2. So from this matrix we have to find out the value of V2. See here. So the value of V2, that is a second column, I have to replace with the I1 and I2. That is, and this is what? It's a delta y. Now V2, that equal to y11 into I2 minus y21 into I1 upon delta y. Now you just open the bracket. So y11 into delta y into I2. And here what I have, that is I21 upon delta y into I1. Alright. Now I'll just rearrange here. See, first I'm just writing our equation 1 and 2. Then the equation of V1 and V2, those I get. See here, y22 into delta y I1, y12 into delta y into I2. And see here, this is the equation of V2. This equation here, y11 into delta y I2. First I'll just write down the I1 term. So it is what? It's a minus y21 into delta y. See here, plus y11 into delta y. Now you just compare this equation, that is V1 and V1 equation. V1 is there, I1 is there, I2 is there. So the value of Z11, that will become what? It's a Y22 upon delta Y. See here the value of Z in terms of Y. Similarly, it's a Z12, that equal to what? It's a minus Y12 upon delta Y. Now you just compare these two equations, V2 equation. Then the value of Z21, that equal to minus Y21 upon delta Y, and value of Z22, that equal to what? So Y11 upon delta Y. So the answer of Z parameter in terms of Y parameter is what? It's a Y22 upon delta Y. Here minus y12 upon delta y, minus y21 upon delta y, and last one is a y11 upon delta y. This question can be asked in 3 and 4 marks in GTU. Just derive the relation between Z and Y parameter. Then you can use anything like this, Z parameter in terms of Y or Y parameter in terms of Z. See, suppose if I want to derive the Y parameter in terms of Z, then first I will write the equation of the Y parameter, and then I will write the equation of Z parameter, and then I will just represent that Z parameter in the terms of matrix, and then I'll just find out the value of I1 and I2, and simply I have to compare that value with my standard Y parameter equation. Okay, so I hope this session is clear. Thank you.